Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. I am Martina Lily, and today we are going to do a glam New Year's Eve inspo look. I asked you guys on my community tab, I like to do at least 2 New Year's Eve looks just to give you some inspo for this time period. It's like the best time to do the glam looks, and you guys had so many awesome suggestions, so I think I might even up it to 3 this week, and hopefully that's enjoyable for you guys. So if that sounds interesting, go ahead and do the YouTubey things, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. All right, my wonderful friends, let's get into this look. I'm going to take my Say lip oil. This is in the shade Dip. I've actually nearly gone through this. This is pretty new, and I don't know if you can see on camera. Can you see how I'm scraping the sides? I didn't realize I had used this up so quickly, but I really like the formula of these. I also love just the shade. Don't mind the hair, I've just got it awkwardly pinned back so it's out of the way. And yes, for those playing at home, it is still disgustingly hot where I live. Okay, I'm going to take this Hourglass Veil Eye Primer today to prime my lids. I am testing so much Hourglass makeup right now for my full face of Hourglass review coming up. That will be up in January sometime, FYI. I want to make sure that I fully have all my formed thoughts on those products before I do my review. So the palette we're going to use today is the Adept Minka palette. This one was requested quite a bit on that community thread, so I figured we would use it. This is definitely the time of year to pull out this palette in my mind. This is such a stunning palette, and to swatch and look at, it is mesmerizing and gorgeous. But these are really they behave like a true glitter. I even swatched kind of some on my hand. You might not be able to see it now on camera, but I've got so much glitter still left over from the swatch. As a friendly reminder, everything will be linked in the description box down below for you guys. They are affiliate links, so if you shop through them, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. It all goes back into funding this little channel here. So the first brush I'm going to start with is a Refa 27, and I'm going to go into the matte Toya. If you don't want to lean purple, for example, maybe you are gonna so I'm going to lean into these shades because I've not done that yet with this palette. But if you wanted to go more down this end and you didn't want purple mattes, just pull out, I'm sure, any neutral palette that you might have in your collection, and you can do the same steps that I'm doing if you are following along or wanting the inspo, but just use different shades that you personally want. But because I'm wearing this pinky tie-dye kind of dressy thing, this will be fine. Look, you can even see just all the glitter on my lid already from I had glitter on my hand from swatching. That's so funny. So I'm just gonna wiggle this in, and I will say the formula of Adept Cosmetics is absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, if you live in Australia, the shipping hurts. And luckily for me, I actually picked this up in the Arrow inspired palette because my friend Melina was picking them up, and then she got them for me and shipped them to her house. And then while I was getting her to forward these to me, I just did some other stuff from Sephora and stuff, so it made it worthwhile for me. But yeah, I wouldn't, I don't order just off the Adept website right now when they release new palettes, because the shipping is usually 70 Australian dollars. It's no, US dollars even usually. So it's just actually not even worth it, because that is over $100, which is just crazy. And then I'm just going to tap this same shade just on the outer corner here as well. But the actual quality of these palettes is absolutely gorgeous. The Arrow inspired one in particular is really incredible. It really is. So I can't wait for them to maybe expand a little bit so that they can hopefully lower their shipping prices a little bit for us Aussies. I'm sure it's the same for Europe and stuff as well. Now I'm going to pick up this What's Up Beauty R102, and we'll go into Maria, which is this beautiful little purple. And just because you might not go out on New Year's Eve, I certainly do not. Myself and, well, me and Shane, we have a tradition, I think it's probably, we're on 9 years now. I'm just going to do the same step as that light purple, by the way, but condense it a little bit more. Oh, that's very pigmented. Actually, sorry, I'm just going to concentrate this on the outer corner but not bring it forward. We have a tradition with another couple friend of ours, and every year we just either go to one of our houses and eat good food, and we have a very competitive game of Monopoly. That is what we do every year, and so that is what we are doing. To be fair, I probably won't put makeup on that night, depending, because it goes so late. If it's at home maybe, but by that time I'm just I just want to go to bed, because we might, we usually stay up until 1 or 2 a.m. playing Monopoly. However, you know, I also am not impartial to putting a full face of glam on and sitting on the couch and watching Netflix or something. So just, even if you don't have something like to go to, something fancy or whatever, for me, makeup is all about the fun of putting it on. If that's the case for you, like, just see it as an excuse to do a look. Take some pics if you want. Or don't, just enjoy the whole process. Honestly, a fun night for me is just sitting in and doing my makeup and that's it. And then washing it off and having nowhere to go. I wouldn't even care. But you know, I just want to say that in case you're like, oh, I don't have anywhere to go. Who cares? Just do it. All right, let's take my Pat McGrath Labs Intensify stick and pop that on here. I'm going to take a breath for 2 now and go into Linda. I had this like sheer moment of panic right then that I wasn't recording and I was like, oh my gosh, no. But I am, it's fine. So Linda is this beautiful like duochrome purpley kind of color, and I do have an original review of this palette on my channel if you want to see like all in-depth swatches and all that kind of stuff. And I haven't actually used this shade yet and I just thought it was stunning, but I am going to use one of the glitters as well, don't worry. Wow, that is really pretty though. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious me. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Now, if you didn't want to do the glitter, you could just stop here. You might even have like, for example, if you have the Natasha Denona Trio Chrome palette, you'd be able to get a very, very similar look to this. So you might just want to leave this here, like this might be enough for you. But if you want to take it a step further, we will. Now, what I'm going to do is go into Maya here, and I'm just going to pick this up on my finger lightly and really lightly tap it on here. I just want to add a teensy bit of sparkle, but you could really amp this up as much as you want. Oh yeah, that's cool. Look at that. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I love that. Wow, that is so pretty. Listen, glitter looks amazing. It gets everywhere and is gonna live in your house for the next 25 years. Like, it's that child that never leaves home. Definitely do your eyes first if you're gonna do something like this, just so that you can, if you get glitter anywhere like I have, you can wipe it off a little bit if you need to, you know. I'm just going to dip back into Maria, which is that deep purple, and lightly marry this outer corner here. And then I think, because I never do it, I'm going to do a wing, but if you don't want to, just skip this step completely. I'm going to take my Stila dual-ended liquid liner. I'm just going to take the black end, and I'm not going to talk through this because it is so stressful trying to do this, and hopefully I can get it in angle, but I'm going to do a wing, okay? And I'm probably going to look really awkward as I get in here, but I don't care. I will say though, this Stila pen really does make it quite easy. Like, look at that. You could also put tape down and do like your wing first if you want to, if you find that easier. All right, we are gonna leave them there. They're cousins, they're distant cousins, but if I finesse that much more, it's gonna turn out horribly. So we will leave it there. I actually just quickly also put some black eyeliner on my top waterline. I just used my Victoria Beckham one. And I forgot to say, like, if you don't have a liquid eyeliner pen like I do, just use like eyeshadow or like one of your other eyeliner crayons or something. You know, you don't need that. I'm also just gonna put some mascara on my top lashes. I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty One Coat Wow. May have forgotten I own this, and I think it's probably going to expire soon. Plus, this gives you like the most volume lashes, which New Year's is the time that you want that, right? I'm just putting it on the top lashes for now, and then we'll do the lower ones later. You could obviously use falsies and stuff if you want to, but I don't do the falsies. That's too much for me. For primer, I am going to use my Natasha Denona High Gem Skinglass. I talked about this one in my like complexion favorites last week, and I was like, oh, I feel like I need to pull this out and use it. This is my BK 101. I'm just gonna put it on the outer perimeter of my face and like the high points, but not my T-zone. This always makes my foundation look absolutely lovely. Hopefully you guys were okay with me breaking up my favorites this year instead of just doing one giant video. But it was just more manageable for me in terms of like editing and also just time-wise and stuff. So fingers crossed. And if not, you can riot and we won't do that next year, okay? I'm going to take my Tarte Pore Smoothing Primer because I need to be poreless and flawless at New Year's. So tell me your New Year's plans as well. Let me know. What are you doing? I don't think there's any right or wrong answer, obviously, but if it is a tough time for you, I'm terribly sorry and my heart goes out to you and I'm giving you a big hug. I always just find New Year's so overrated, like I really do. I just think people make such a big deal about it, especially when you're younger. As you get older, you're like, oh, it's fine. I mean, that's just me. Some people, it's like their favorite thing ever, and I also get that. I'm gonna take my Sigma color corrector. I just go into the deeper color first and then the lighter color. This was also in my favorites, by the way. But yeah, like, you know, some people love it, some people hate it, some people have a lot of expectations on it. The thing, I love New Year's now because of the tradition that we have with our friends where we wear comfy clothes and play Monopoly and eat good food, and that's kind of it. And this year is going to be so much fun because, so me and Wade, the partner of the other couple, so Susan Wade is the other half of the couple. Me and Wade are both Capricorns and we've both got ADHD, which is hilarious. Like Wade and I are honestly the exact same person. It's freaky. And we love takeout, and we have this thing called Friday food because like Susan and Shane are really reasonable and logical, and they're like, you know, we've got food in the fridge or whatever, or if we're trying to stick to a diet, like let's not, you know, have takeaway, let's just, you know, they're like, you know, when you were a kid and you were like, Mom, I'm hungry, and you wanted her to say, oh, let's go get something, but she was like, well, there's fruit in the fridge, or like make a sandwich, and you're like, that is not the answer I wanted. Like that's what Susan and Wade do, and Susan and Shane do, and that's what Wade and I always crack up about. And anyway, we have this thing called Friday food, right? Where you have to have like something fun to eat on a Friday because it signifies the end of the week. I don't know. We just very passionately believe in it. So this year what we're doing, instead of like cooking and stuff, we're literally gonna go around to all of our favorite takeout places like McDonald's and like Taco Bell and stuff and do like a takeout smorgasbord. And I'm just like so pumped for it. You know, it's all about the little things in life. Okay, this is my Tarte Green Color Corrector. I know it doesn't look like I have super red skin on camera, but I do, trust me. And then I'll just blend it out with my BK 101. I'm so not fancy at all, you guys. Like, Shane, my poor husband, is like, he loves like fancy Michelin star restaurants and stuff because he loves trying new foods and like weird cuisines, and I am the most basic eater in the world. Like, to me, a good date night, I kid you not, is just getting McDonald's. Like, I just love McDonald's so much, and like I love takeaway. I'm such a basic eater, but genuinely it's like I just love it. So like I would totally be, I could be like a billionaire honestly, and I'd still be like, let's get McDonald's. I'm just I don't know if it makes me the worst or what, but I don't really care because it's just so delicious. I do not know how we got onto that subject, but I'm not mad at it at all. I'm going to take my Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation in the shade LN6 because one, this is one of my favorite foundations, and two, it is actually almost finished, so I would like to finish it up, you know? But will I repurchase it? I might, honestly. I really love this, but I probably need just a touch lighter of a shade. I can get away with it because it's such a high neck, but for the everyday, it's a bit too deep. But I really like this foundation. Like, I just find for like, it's very smoothing and long wearing and perfecting, but it is quite matte. So it's not like super duper matte, but if you have dry skin, you probably won't like it, but I love it. Anyway, I'm filming this early before work because I'm pre-filming at the moment, and the meds have not kicked in. My ADHD meds. So fun for you guys. In exciting news as well, I found an editing service. So this video will probably just be edited by me because I think what I'll do is like pre-film a heap of stuff for January and get my editor to work on all that for me. I have my first meeting with them tonight, which is also very exciting. So if you kind of are like, what are you talking about? I have been really struggling, like just managing everything in my life because I'm so busy, and important. For concealer, I'm going to mix the Gucci and the Tower 28 together. I actually really don't mind the Gucci concealer, but it is so yellow. But because this foundation is quite yellow leaning, I feel like I can get away with it today, but I actually wouldn't mind maybe picking up the right shade in this one. And then Tower 28, sorry, I have 14N Fair, which this is not an N, this is a yellow. And then for Tower 28, I have VU, which is actually a lovely, perfect neutral shade. Yeah, so if you are unsure what I'm talking about, yeah, I work full-time in my normal job. And look, I'm not gonna play coy. I would love to do this full-time. This would be my dream job full-time. I would obviously incorporate other aspects and do other things. I'd also kind of like to be a personal shopper, especially like a makeup personal shopper. That would be my absolute freaking dream, and I think I'm gonna investigate that quite seriously next year. And the other thing I would really like to investigate is I would like to create my own makeup storage for people that have well, not just larger collections, but people that have makeup collections and have generally typical drawers and stuff. But like, I want to design cool ones that look awesome, but I also want to design practical ones because like, and like multiple different sizes. A lot of the times makeup organizers will be like designed for like just the Alex drawers, but like I've got like those kind of IKEA drawers, and like the organizers do fit, but they don't fit perfectly, and there's all this wasted space. And anyway, I just have ideas in my mind around how I would like my makeup stored, and so I would really like to design that and do that and just see kind of where that takes me, as well as personal shopping and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, that is a far off dream because I'm still very busy with my actual job, and like it's just getting to the point I don't enjoy editing at all. Like I really don't. I like filming and I like responding to comments, and that's about it, but I do not like editing. And so it's just getting to a point where I can't manage it. I'm not enjoying it. It truly is getting to a point like editing is like, I just do not enjoy it so much that I'm like, oh, if I can't find an editor or I can't do something about this, like, is it even worth doing YouTube? Not because I don't love doing YouTube, because I do, but just because I really don't like editing and it takes up so much time. And like, I can't fit in regular gym, my full-time job, and then YouTube full-time as well to the degree that I would like to do YouTube. And so something had to give, and I was like, well, I'm gonna find an editor and give that a go, because that is the thing that I enjoy the absolute least. Like I would rather do my 9-to-5 job. So that's what I've done, and it is definitely an investment, like a personal investment outside of my YouTube budget for this service, but I'm hoping that it'll just pay off. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm hoping the return in investment, sometimes you got to spend money to make money, I guess. So I'm hoping that the consistency and like the ability that they will be able to edit my videos, which means that I'll be able to like engage more, maybe even create like Instagram content again, because that's been gone, or like create more videos and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that that will then grow the channel to just like pay for the editor. Do you know what I mean? Also, then I can continue to do YouTube and I don't have to worry about editing. Oh, the luxury. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm at a point in my channel, like I'm not this rich YouTuber. I'm not complaining like about that or anything. I'm just want to be realistic, because I think sometimes we can think like, oh, these YouTubers are making so much money. It's not the case. I'm gonna take my Tarte Sculpt Tape in Cool Bronze. I say it's not the case that we're not making this much money, but like, you know when like Marlena, Stella, or whatever came out and was like, oh yeah, people are making like 60K a thing, like that is very few people. Very few people. And this isn't complaining. I don't know why, I just like talking about it with you guys. But like even me, I was like, you know, I would see people with like 20,000 subscribers or whatever, and I was like, oh wow, they're probably making bank. And like, and you know, maybe they are, but definitely probably not as much as you think, which was interesting to me. I don't know why I'm saying this. I'm just having a chat, I guess. Not that it's about the money, but you know, you've still got to live. We live in a capitalist society, unfortunately, with inflation. Costs hurt, as you guys are well aware. But yeah, that's just kind of the things that I was thinking about next year. I definitely don't want to give YouTube up. So if I've got to make a personal sacrifice out of my own income to do the editing to be able to keep doing this for a while, then I need to. And if it doesn't have a return on investment, say maybe by halfway through next year or whatever, then I'll reevaluate and maybe I edit my videos. You know, we'll just see where we're at. I'm going to take the Sigma Soft Focus Setting Powder in Vanilla Bean. I picked this up in the Black Friday sales and I am testing it. So let us do that. And I'm gonna set my whole face with it, including my under eyes. So let's see how she goes. I have heard wonderful things about this, and I did use it yesterday and it was wonderful, but I didn't use it on my under eyes, so let's see. Oh, that's nice actually. All right, nice. But yeah, so I have kind of big dreams for next year. I'd like next year to be a bit different to this year. This year I worked 24/7 and I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed everything I did this year. But next year I would like to still work 24/7, I won't lie, that's just who I am, I'm a perfectionist. But I'd also like time to incorporate other passions and loves in terms of like, you know, maybe looking at how I can actually be like a personal shopper as well and do that kind of stuff. So, but don't worry, the plan is to still keep this content up. The plan is to incorporate a YouTube, not a YouTube channel. This is my YouTube channel, teens. I'm just gonna take a BK104 for the rest of my face. A membership is what I was saying. I was trying to do the membership along with my merch this year, but it was just way too hard. So hopefully again, like with the editor, I can get my membership off and running, which would be great. I really want to do my membership. And I think with my membership, I asked you guys whether I should do it on like here or Patreon or whatever, and I actually think I'm just going to do both platforms and you can just pick and choose, because I would like to take my membership not just have it on YouTube, just because you never know what will happen with YouTube. You know, if they really wanted to, they could change all of their terms and conditions, or they could change, like they could just get rid of the platform if they really wanted to. So it just seems smart to also maybe look at diversifying like where I have like my presence online, if you will. I don't think it'll be too hard to manage both, in the sense that like it'll be the same content, so you wouldn't need to do like both memberships or whatever, but then that way, you know, anyway, we'll talk about that at the time, shall we? This is the Sisley Blur Expert Powder, and I don't know if I ended up editing the video where I tried this for the first time and hated it. It was horrible, like horrible. If I've edited it, which hopefully I have, it'll be up or it's coming. So I'm actually going to try it today. I used it through my T-zone and my under eyes and stuff, and my god, it was horrible. It was like the glowish powder from Huda. So I'm going to try it as a finishing powder today, because it was so expensive that I need this to pull it together and to work. And you know, I try, when something doesn't work for me, you know, I try my absolute hardest to, and it definitely looks a lot nicer as a finishing powder, that is for sure. You should have seen how horrible it looked. Oh my gosh, it was bad, you guys, it was bad. In exciting news, I picked up the talc-free NARS bronzer. Let's take my Pat little thingy. I didn't pick up the oh, this is in the shade, by the way, Laguna 1. I didn't pick up the new Pat McGrath Labs Chrome Cream Shadows. Do you want me to? Maybe, I think if I do, I'm gonna wait for a really good sale, if I'm honest, because they just, I don't need them. They just look like every other cream shadow. They don't look like anything different. The packaging doesn't look like anything outstanding to me either. So I was kind of like, oh, this just feels like a really easy skip. Isn't this bronzer beautiful, by the way? It's all coming together nicely. I'm just gonna quickly go and do my brows off camera, because nothing is new. And then we'll come back and we'll finish the lower lash line and do the rest of the face. Brows are on, and we're gonna do this lower lash line. So I'm just gonna take a What's Up R107 and go into the light purple here. Run that underneath. You know how we do with the lower lash line here. And then just taking a What's Up R101, I'll go into Maria. Obviously, make your lower lash line as smoked out or as little smoked out as you desire, my friends. And then I'm not actually going to use any of these shades for the inner corner. I'll use whatever highlight I use, which I don't actually know what I'm going to use yet. I think I'll actually take this Victoria Beckham electric liner in Cherry Blossom that she released in summer. They're no longer available, I'm sorry, but I'll put that on my lower waterline. I hope she comes out with them again though, and I hope she expands her range. Like, I'd love for her to do pastels. I think that would be awesome. We are going to use the Westman Atelier Liquid Highlighter in Pody Rose for highlights, one of my all-time favorites, and I feel like I haven't used it on my channel in a bit. I really want to pick up Eau de Peche as well. Oh, it's just impeccable, truly impeccable. I keep forgetting to try it as a primer on my under eyes too, like how Michelle Wong uses it. I keep forgetting. I'm also going to take my Tom Ford highlighter, the Soleil Neige in Rose Iris, this one, as well. Just set it a little bit. This is the time to like really bring out the bling, in my opinion. And then I'll also use this. This is a What's Up R109 for my inner corner. Very pretty. Oh, nice. For cream blush, I am going to mix Happy and Encourage together because Happy is a little bit too pink for what I'm going for and Encourage is a little too mauvey. So that's Encourage. And then Happy's like the bright pink from Rare. And I just like to pick it up on the sponge. It's the Juno & Co. Cloud Sponge, by the way. That is really beautiful colors together, isn't it? I'm just gonna set it lightly with my Smashbox brush and this Sigma blush in Cordy Rosa. I picked this up in the Black Friday sales as well, and it's absolutely beautiful. Don't sleep on the Sigma blushes and bronzers. Just any Sigma product, even that Sigma powder is looking delightful. To set it and forget it, you know, we're gonna take our Charlotte Tilbury. For lips, I'm tempted to use my like Clé de Peau lip combo that I can't get enough of, but I'm actually going to use another combo that I can't get enough of. This is the Tower 28 lip liner in Work of Art. I just cannot get enough of this product. This is the House Labs Le Monster Crayon in Blush Matte. Like, is that not just such an awesome color? I really feel like it is. And then I want to put the Patrick Ta Superficial Gloss over the top. I love that. All right, let me go figure out hair, jewelry, lashes, and we will zoom out and wrap this up. All right, my friends, this is the finished look. My first New Year's Eve look. What do you guys think? Hopefully I did it justice if you wanted to see the Adept palette in use. I quite like it. I really, really do. I feel very, very pretty. If the purple is just like giving too colorful vibes for you, again, just switch them out for neutrals, like super easy to do. But yeah, I'm really liking it. Let me know your thoughts down below. There will be a couple more looks coming, I promise, and hopefully you enjoy them as well. And if you've made it this far, you know you're an absolute legend. I truly, truly appreciate you, and I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye!